we are focusing on Indian geography. In this lecture, we are focusing on the river system in India. But what I would like, that first I should draw map of India, and this is in, actually we are focusing with physical features also here, not in detail, but they are mainly required for our river system understanding process. So I want to draw this map, and what is my suggestion, that you should also try to draw along with me. Now, while we are focusing on the river system or physical geography of India, it is no doubt we are focusing on India, but we have to discuss about Pakistan, about Bangladesh, about Nepal, Bhutan, even Tibet, that is the part of China now, but we have to discuss that also. And so, in short, we are talking of Indian subcontinent. So, I am focusing here on India, but other nations, because rivers, they are having origin in different nations, and so we are taking references of that. So, our map, that is inclusive of map of India, Pakistan, parts of Afghanistan, China, and Bangladesh, etc. You can also start drawing with me. I am first drawing here, that is the Gujarat part, that is the peninsula of Gujarat. This is Dwarka here at this place, Ran of Kutch, then there is Rajasthan part, Punjab, Kashmir territory. Keep in mind, this map is not drawn according to scale. This map is just for getting us the idea. So it is not perfect, and I hope your drawing map, don't use stencils for drawing map, because like that when we are drawing, our concepts will become more clear. Now this peninsula I have to change like this. This line I have to follow. That is almost coastal line of India. So from here I have to start part Pakistan, then this is Balochistan part, here somewhere I have to say this is Bangladesh. Now this is Arabian Peninsula part. Now general mountain ranges, I am starting from here. This is all we are calling Himalaya, but practically from Pakistan territory we have Kirthar range, Suleiman range, then in Afghanistan Pariyatra mountain, that is Hindu Kush range, then Kashmir where ranges are there, and then we are calling Himalaya, that is from Himachal onwards, Himachal, Uttaranchal, Nepal. Then here we are calling this territory as Purvanchal, and even what Andaman Nicobar Islands are there. These Andaman Nicobar Islands, they are also parts of Himalayan range. You are aware that Himalaya is there in total 3 range. Suppose I am traveling in this direction. Try to recollect, we discussed this topic, that this is the plain of UP here, then Shivalik mountain range, core part of Himalaya, greater Himalaya, a small plateau that is river Sangpo basin, and then there is Kailas range, and then there is plateau of Tibet. This is also bend here, and which ends out there in China at Kunlun Shan mountain range. So, revising, this is Shivalik, core Himalaya, greater Himalaya, and Kailas. So, if I have to draw here, this is something like that. Shivalik, core Himalaya, greater Himalaya, next line here, that is the Kailas range. Then there is plateau of Tibet, and here somewhere end is there, that is here, means this slope. This mountain is Kunlun Shan mountain range. So this is about a general idea about Himalaya, where greater Himalaya is having average height of 6,000 meter. You are aware that above 5,000 meter height from sea level, there is absolutely say oxygen amount is less. Usually trees are not found above that line, and it is very difficult to cross out that line, and that's why Himalaya gives us protection from north side. Now that is the range that whatever rainfall is there from this part, whatever winds are there, they are stopped by Himalaya, and heavy rainfall or snowfall is there in this range. So Himalaya range is peculiar about its snowfall. Tremendous ice is accumulated over there, and in summer also certain parts are there where ice is not melting. They are in summer, they are totally ice covered, especially in greater Himalaya. You will get that region where it is completely snow covered or ice covered. Glaciers are still there, but in lower parts of Himalaya there is melting of ice. Now we are focusing on other parts of India. Here we will get a range. This is Arauli mountain range. Here Gir mountain range. Then here we are calling this as Western Ghat. Here we are calling as Eastern Ghat. But Eastern Ghat is not continuous one. It is divided and comparatively of small height. Then we are calling this as Satpura range. Then Vindhya mountain range. Here Chota Nagpur plateau and Rajmahal hills. And this is all Purvanchal region. So major mountain ranges are here. Now here you will find this part, that's North Indian plain, and again small height is there. So some plateau is there between the here height is more, here height is less. Why I am saying that altitude wise, that higher altitude or lower altitude, height is more or height is less, that is to explain river system, the natural flow. Now if you are observing this Indian plateau, that is a peninsular region, you will get this type of diagram. This is coastal part, this is the Western Ghat which is having more height at west part. This direction is west, this is east. Then the slope here is comparatively less, here more slope, here less, and then this part plateau, and then it is Eastern Ghat, and then this coastal region. Now look at diagram particularly, you will get the coastal part here is less and here it is wide. So comparatively wider coastal plain is found on eastern parts of India. And so, but natural, the rivers are flowing, originating over here, they will flow towards east direction. Now here we are having this idea. So suppose I want to tell here, this is mountain range all. Then this region is plain, where I am moving the hand. That region is plain. Plain is usually having height or altitude that is ranging from 0 to around 250 meter to 300 meter. If 300 meter plus, we are not calling that as plain generally. Then his part is plateau. This is North Indian Plateau, this is South Indian Plateau. This is called as particularly Deccan Tract, which is made up of basalt rock. Now, we are focusing on river systems. In India, river systems are divided basically into two. The one, rivers originating in Himalaya, and other than Himalaya. So, we are considering now rivers originating in Himalaya. Keep in mind Himalaya or beyond Himalaya. But geographically this is all single mountain range. So layers are there, parts are there. Now Himalaya mountain range is comparatively newer mountain, younger mountain. Still developments are going on. And therefore the landform changes are observed in Himalaya region. Now the rivers originating in Himalaya, they are older or ancient rivers than what we are having land today. So what is the important characteristic? That rivers were having existence first, and then the Himalaya land is formed. Himalaya mountain range that is formed over there, and therefore we are getting a different structure of these rivers. The path of the river is changing. Try to recollect in history, we discuss about that. In case of Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, one of the cause of destruction of the civilization